Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to all of our heart's relationships. Whether you're in a relationship right now, hoping to be in one someday, or even just reflecting on past experiences, understanding what makes a connection truly special is something we can all benefit from. So, let's talk about the 7 golden rules that can help you create not just a perfect relationship, because let's face it, perfection is overrated, but a truly healthy, fulfilling, and lasting one. Let's get into it. Our first golden rule is simple, but absolutely crucial. Communication is key. I know, you've heard it a million times before. But there's a reason this one is a classic. Open, honest communication is the bedrock of any great relationship. And I'm not just talking about talking. It's about truly listening to your partner, understanding their perspective, even if it's different from yours, and making them feel heard and validated. It's about making sure you're both on the same page, not just about the big stuff like future plans, but also the everyday things. Those little check-ins, those moments where you share what's going on in your world, those matter just as much. Why? Because they build intimacy. They create that sense of closeness and connection that makes a relationship feel truly special. Think about the couples you know who seem truly happy. I bet they have amazing communication. They finish each other's sentences, not because they're the same person, but because they're so in tune with each other. That level of connection doesn't happen overnight. It takes effort, it takes conscious communication, and it takes a willingness to be open and vulnerable with each other. So, how do you actually become a better communicator? Start by asking yourself, am I truly present when my partner is talking? Am I really listening, or am I just waiting for my turn to speak? Am I making an effort to understand their point of view, even if I don't agree with it? These are tough questions, but they're the kind of questions that can take your relationship to the next level. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's about speaking your truth with kindness and respect, and it's about being a truly attentive and engaged listener. Rule number 2 is all about boundaries. Respect each other's space. Now, this might seem a little counterintuitive, especially when you're head over heels in love. You want to spend every waking moment with this person, right? But here's the thing. No matter how much you love each other, everyone needs their own personal space and time. It's not about being distant. It's about preserving your individuality within the relationship. Think about it. You were a complete person before you met your partner with your own interests, passions, and friendships. Those things are still important. In fact, they're what make you interesting and attractive. When you allow each other the space to pursue your own hobbies, spend time with friends, or simply have some quiet time alone to recharge, you actually come back to the relationship stronger and more connected. It's like that saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder. A little bit of space allows you to miss each other, to appreciate the time you do have together, and to come back to the relationship feeling refreshed and energized. So, encourage your partner to pursue their passions, even if they don't align perfectly with yours. Celebrate their individuality, and don't be afraid to carve out some time for yourself too. Remember, a healthy relationship is one where both partners feel free to be themselves. Let's talk about trust, because it truly is the cornerstone of any strong and lasting relationship. Without trust, you're building on shaky ground. It's like trying to build a house on sand. It's just not going to last. Trust is about feeling safe and secure with your partner. It's about knowing that you can rely on them, that they have your back, and that they would never intentionally hurt you. Now, building trust takes time. It's earned through consistent actions, through honesty, transparency, and reliability. It's about showing up for each other, both in big ways and small. But here's the thing about trust. It can be broken in an instant. One betrayal, one act of dishonesty, can shatter the foundation you've worked so hard to build. That's why it's so important to be mindful of your actions and words. Are you being completely honest with your partner? Are you keeping your promises? Are you respecting their privacy and boundaries? If trust has been broken in your relationship, it's not impossible to rebuild. But it takes work. It takes a willingness from both partners to acknowledge the hurt, to take responsibility for their actions, and to commit to rebuilding the trust that's been lost. Our next golden rule is all about keeping the spark alive. Show appreciation. It's easy to fall into a routine in a long-term relationship, to start taking each other for granted. But here's the thing. Even the smallest gestures of appreciation can make a world of difference. It's about noticing the little things your partner does and expressing your gratitude. It could be something as simple as saying thank you for making dinner, leaving a sweet note, or complimenting them on something you admire about them. It's about making them feel seen, valued, and appreciated. Think about a time when someone genuinely expressed their gratitude to you. How did it make you feel? Probably pretty amazing, right? It's human nature to crave appreciation, to want to feel valued by the people we care about. So, make it a habit to express your appreciation to your partner regularly. Tell them how much you appreciate their support, their sense of humor, their kindness, whatever it is that you admire about them. Remember, relationships thrive on positive reinforcement. When you focus on the good, when you express your appreciation, you create a virtuous cycle of love and gratitude. Chapter 5. Learn to compromise. Let's be real, no relationship is without its disagreements. You're two different people with different perspectives, different needs, and different ways of seeing the world. And that's okay. It's what makes relationships interesting. But here's the key. It's not about avoiding conflict altogether. It's about learning to navigate it constructively. And that's where compromise comes in. Now, compromise isn't about one person always giving in or sacrificing their needs for the sake of the other. True compromise is about finding a solution that works for both of you, even if it means meeting somewhere in the middle. It's about understanding that you're on the same team, and that sometimes the best way to win together is to be willing to bend a little. So, how do you become a master compromiser? Start by really listening to your partner's perspective. Try to understand why this issue is important to them and be willing to see things from their point of view. Then, communicate your own needs and feelings clearly and respectfully. Remember, it's not about keeping score or proving who's right or wrong. It's about finding a solution that honors both of your needs and strengthens your bond. Chapter 6. Keep the romance alive. This one's especially important for those of you who have been in long-term relationships. Keep the romance alive. It's so easy to fall into a routine, to let the spark fade as life gets busy and responsibilities pile up. But here's the truth. Maintaining romance takes effort. It's about making time for each other, about prioritizing your connection, even when life gets crazy. Now, romance doesn't have to mean grand gestures or expensive vacations. It's the little things that count. It's about making an effort to date each other, even if it's just a simple dinner at home after the kids are asleep. It's about surprising each other with small gestures of affection, like leaving a love note, picking up their favorite coffee, or simply holding hands while you're watching TV. Remember those early days of your relationship when you couldn't keep your hands off each other? While that initial intensity might fade a bit over time, the goal is to keep that spark alive, to keep cultivating those feelings of love, desire, and appreciation for each other. So, make an effort to plan regular date nights, to surprise each other with small gestures of affection, and to never stop flirting with your partner. Chapter 7. Grow together, not apart. And finally, our last golden rule, and perhaps the most important one: grow together, not apart. Life is a journey of growth and evolution, and the most fulfilling relationships are those where both partners support and encourage each other's personal and shared journeys. Think about it. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago, right? You've evolved, you've learned new things, you've experienced life. And your partner has too. The beauty of a strong relationship is that it can provide a safe and supportive space for both of you to continue growing, both as individuals and as a couple. So, how do you ensure you're growing together, not apart? It starts with communication. Talk about your goals, your dreams, your fears. Share your aspirations with each other and be each other's biggest cheerleaders. Encourage each other to step outside of your comfort zones, to pursue new passions, and to never stop learning and growing. Celebrate each other's successes and be there to offer support during challenging times. Remember, you're on this journey of life together, and when you commit to growing together, you create a bond that is unbreakable. Utro creating your own golden rules. So, those are the 7 golden rules to help create a healthy and lasting relationship. Of course, every couple is different, and it's important to find what works best for you and your partner. What matters most is that you're both on the same page, that you're both committed to creating a relationship that is built on a foundation of mutual respect, love, and commitment. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more tips on life, love, and everything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.